Hey YouTube, how's it going? This your man Art coming to you from Swavey. Please stay tuned and see what I have for you. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Alright YouTube, I have my test bench set up. If you don't have your own test bench at home, you could use the cardboard box of your motherboard or a mat that's non-static. Just place the motherboard down, connect. All you basically need is your power supply, your 24-inch pin, right? That's right there. Then you gonna need the 8 pin. That's for your CPU, and you also need your RAM. And you see the processor is sitting out on the side. So I'm about to troubleshoot my computer. The problem that I'm having is that the computer will not post. So we're about to see if this works. And I'm also using the 450 watt power supply from EVGA, the one that I just used and sold in the unboxing. So alright, we're gonna test it. Test this to start our troubleshooting. And don't forget to look through your manual to find out which of these pins right is your power switch LED. As you can see, if you're looking, it says power switch above the recess, or my power switch will be these two pins. It's right there. So I'm gonna show you that what I mean from my computer will not post. So we're gonna flip this. I have the power supply standing so that you can see, so that you can see that it's on and running when we touch these two pins right here with a screwdriver. So flip the switch to on. See, the computer has power and the power supply is not on. Now take your screwdriver and put it to these two pins. See, power supply start up, everything post, and you can see this light right here. When the computer actually have power, it's about to turn on, that light, the LED turns on, but nothing shows up on the screen. So turn it off. Normally you'll make sure if it's still in the case, you'll make sure everything is tight on there. If you have a video card that's in the PCI Express slot, you just make sure it's tight up, take it out, put it back in. But since I don't have no CPU, no graphic card in there, I don't have to do all that. And since it's an Intel motherboard, it has its own graphics card built in to the motherboard. So now we're gonna go ahead with removing the RAM. My motherboard don't have a slot for the on both sides for the RAM. It has one on the top side to flip up. Then with some force, you should pull your CPU up. But since I only have one hand, I can't really pull it up. Give me 1 minute, guys. So I ran ahead and removed both of my RAM, my DDR4, and I placed it in the first slot. The reason why we removed both RAMs, because we don't know if one of the RAMs actually went bad, or is it the slots. We're not sure. So you take one of them out, then you try each slot to see if it posts. If it posts, and while we switching slots, then that tell us that either the RAM is not good, or one of the slots are burnt out, or both RAM not good, or is it just the motherboard. So Now we're trying it with one of the RAMs on the first slot. Turn on the power. Flathead, Phillips, and the power switch. The power supply started. Let's see. And yes, the cord, it posts. Please set up recovery BIOS setting. CPU fan error when red configuration was built in source to set up. See, it says fan error because there's no fan attached to it, because I took out my radiator CPU fan all in one water cooler. So I'm about to turn it off. Actually, since we see it booted up on that first slot. I don't know why I did that, but since we tried that first slot and it post, let's take out this processor. So this is the RAM, sorry. We're going to try to lift it up, try to do one side at a time, or try to do both if you can, but since I'm using one hand, I can only do one at a time. So this one works. Now we're going to use this one to see if this one is not working. Now we make sure you lined it up correctly. Since I only have one slot, you try to, if it had if both latches were able to on the DIMM to go back so it could unlock, then you would just slide straight down. But since I only have the top lock switch, I have to kind of place it a little towards the back side first so it can go in. Then after that, push it down. Then boom, you hear that snap. That's how you know it's locked in. Now we're going to turn the power supply on. You're going to take the screwdriver and hit the two buttons. Power supply is up and running. Check the computer. Give it a little time, because last time it didn't boot right up. Boom. It posted. So both RAMs are good. Now let's turn it off. Let's continue with this troubleshooting. Now alright. It's fully dead. Just when you turn it off, just wait a little bit. Don't go jumping right ahead. Now pull up from the opposite side now. Then pull straight up. Boom. There you go. Then you switch the RAM. Then you switch the slot. Now let's see. This was one of the original slots it was in. So that slot probably went out. So now turn it on. Screwdriver. Give it a little power. See, the power supply is spinning, it's on. Everything's on there. You see the LED. We're giving it a little bit of time like we did last time. Huh. So it seems like this slot has burnt out for some reason. Don't know why, but it burnt out. Are we gonna continue with this troubleshooting? Because this slot was not originally used. We're gonna see if the computer posts on. Actually, turn it off. we're gonna see if the computer actually posts when we switch the DIMM to this slot, and after that we're gonna try the last one to see if that's going to see if it's gonna work. So I went ahead and already switched the slot to the third one to save the video some time. Power supply on. You heard the power. You heard the power. When the power supply is started. All the lights are on. Now, let's wait. It posted. Like I said before, this DIMM slot right here was not originally used, as was this one, and they both post on the computer. The one that I was originally using, that one right there, when I had turned it on to test it, the computer did not post. So I just turned it on now. I turned the power supply off, turned the computer off to try the last one. One of the two that was originally being used at the beginning when the computer started not to turn on anymore, not to post, not to boot up anymore, so to say, the correct term. All right, switch it to the last one. Make sure the top latch is open, and let's try it again. Give you a good angle here so you can see what I'm doing. Don't put it too far ahead. They both need to go in. All right, push it down. Boom. Locks in. Flip the switch on the power supply. You hear it? It's spinning. All the LEDs are brightly lit, as you can see for the top, to show you that the motherboard is receiving power. And nothing yet came on the screen. Alright. Nothing as of yet still. It didn't take that long when we had used these two, the 1 and 2, on the motherboard. Okay, it's not posted. Let me turn it off. Now, I'll be right back. I'm going to have both of my DDR4 connected to 1 and 3 to see if it's going to post like that. So we're back. We have both slot 1 and 3 with the RAM, which I usually started off with 3 and 4, which your motherboard will tell you when you're using a dual configuration RAM. But for some reason my computer stopped posting. I don't know why, but it looks, as you can see from the troubleshooting that we was just doing, that it seems like 2 and 4 slots is dead. Now let's see if it's going to post with my RAM and slot 1 and 3, as we saw with the test with the single RAM switching between that computer did post in 1 and 3. So flip the switch. You heard it. Power supply is up and running. The motherboard has full power. Now let's see if it posts. And it posts. Please enter setup to recover BIOS setting. CPU fan error. So that was a look on how to troubleshoot your computer to see what's wrong with it.